Call that Bazaar 1. Alright, we're back, man. I got some stuff in it. Remember when you had to close the game in between every round so that it didn't go down to like 0 frames per second? What do I got here? Do I have anything new here? I don't know. We could be like rocking this, I guess.
Perfect with some red on it.
I got that legendary soundtrack. I got the wizard's hat. I go just burn some rank tickets. I mean, we just had a 10-piece, man. All we need to do is get the goated enchantment again. Obsidian revolver. Toxic bayonet. Deadly seashell. It's an interesting one. The gun looks kind of sick. Like, it looks kind of crazy. A bayonet with something that goes fast would be kind of nice, too. I feel like revolver accepting a bunch of damage. Because the damage bonuses are going to be doubled. Plus, like, am I wrong to say it looks like a fucking... It looks fucking sweet? It looks fucking cool? That's potentially kind of helpful, to be honest with you. What do we want here? Maybe the slow buff. Or this, I forgot about, I was going to call it a shot speed upgrade. Toponing steel enjoyer. You know what's, there's a lot of things, like if you're Gen Z, it's not an anti-Gen Z bit, but there's going to be things about the world before you were here that you might struggle to understand. Here's one. There used to be a popular television program on premium cable. You paid money to access this channel. What was the show? A nerd with a computer and a huge set would take calls from people who had problems with their computer and solve them on the air. He'd be hanging there and he'd be like, call for help, this is Chris Perillo. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to put my fucking motherboard into my PC, but I can't get it to work. And then on the phone, he would just walk them through it on the TV, man. I swear it to you. And there was another show like that wasn't quite like, that was the IT show, which was Call for Help. But then there was also like the Screensavers, which was kind of like that as well.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
You watched it? I watched it every goddamn day, man. Why? I don't know. It was the only thing on TV about computers at the time. That's insane. That's also kind of interesting. Here we go again.
You're doing your part to clean up.
Yes, sir. How about the boots? The boots? The boots! I can't afford that. Fuck you, buddy. Looks like I can fucking afford it.
Forms my rusty circuits.
Arms my rusty circuits. I just took you for everything you're worth, old man. Of course I want that crit chance. I want that crit chance any day of the fucking week. Bring it back. Give me some regen. And some waffle fries. A lean night.
You should know, I'm a bit of a
For
legend.
free. We should watch the evolution of dance on stream, man. It's been a while. I bet the video goes crazy. I was kind of sick of it like 09, but like I bet in 2025 it kind of goes crazy. Plus there's so many dances that like he probably has not done, right? Like I bet he's never done Gangnam Style.
All change begins in the heat of the crucible.
Get DMCA'd 20 times. Isn't it like that Simpsons bit? Like if all the DMCAs try to go in at the same time, they can't fit? Non-weapon items? How about a silencer, you piece? I can't afford it. You're so lucky that I can't afford it, by the way. But how about a silencer? It's worth the roll if there's a silencer. Okay, fair enough. You getting the Long John Silver's shrimp basket? Honestly, kind of a good idea. I guess this is not really... Well, that's not really very relevant, is it?
If you're not ready for my
One of my irrational... You're dumb, bud. This has to be a reroll. Well, no, you know what? Let's take it. One of my irrational desires for, like, visiting the United States, or regrets for having not been to this place, is I've never been to a Long John Silver's. I know what you're going to say, because everybody says the same thing. They say, you're not missing much. See, everybody's saying the same comment. But, like, I don't know. It's like the more people say you're not missing out, the more I'm like, yeah, but I got to know. Like, we don't have, like, a fast food fish/seafood themed restaurant up here. And I love deep fried seafood, man. Like, I think I might be their target customer. Red Lobster's not fast food, buddy! Red Lobster's fast casual. And even then, some people are dressing up when they go there. It's not, what do you mean it's not fast food? You need a reservation. You guys have lost your mind. I'm not saying it's good. I think it's good. I'm not saying it's good because I know that I'm ice skating uphill with that take, but at worst, it's fast casual. Yes, you fucking legend. Plus, the biscuits are good. Even the most devout Red Lobster hater recognizes the majesty of the biscuits, man.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
This revolver is kind of insane, man. All we need is that crow's nest, and we're off. Washington has skippers? Yeah, I'm just being real with you. I've never even heard of skippers. We don't have it here, I think. What do you got for me here? Ah, it's pretty ass, I'm afraid.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Favorite restaurant in Bellingham? I'd probably have to say Mod Pizza. Turbo Yo-Yo Shadow Cloak. And a frozen money tree. Bitch, you sound like Epcot. You know what I mean. Yeah, take one of those, money tree. It goes Halle Berry or Hallelujah. It's a real thing. Apparently it's not a real thing. I think people told me that, like, just after COVID, Mod Pizza went bankrupt or something. I used to work at a Mod. I always felt like, listen, I never worked at a Mod Pizza, and I'm not totally naive to think that just because the people there pretended to be happy while they were working, that they were treated well. I always felt like the Mod Pizza always passed the vibe check. The staff were always, like, relatively happy, talking to each other, making small talk with the customers. Like, the environment was pretty... It was pleasant inside, man. I don't know if that's, you know, a reflection of the corporate culture, but...
I would never debate.
Or maybe they just hire cool people.
Haggling. Ugh. Tell everyone you got it here.
Why not, man?
We'll
Never mind.
borrow
That's a good
more
reason.
gold from the tyrant.
You get to make
Whoever said
pizzas
money
all day?
can't buy
Yeah, but, like, I don't know if you ever get to eat them, right? So that would be tough for me. I worked there, it was ass. The one thing I will say, and I try to be like an informed consumer, every once in a while, I had like the Subway experience at a Mod Pizza. Where I would be like, there's all these recipe pizzas on the menu, but when I order a recipe pizza, do I also get to do the Mod Pizza thing where I customize it at the end? It was stressful, man. It was stressful for me. What do you think of Renton? It's the worst Popeyes. It has the worst Popeyes I've ever eaten at in my life. It also has the only Popeyes I've ever eaten at. But whenever I tell people that Popeyes is ass, They say, oh, what Popeyes did you eat at? And I say, Renton, Washington, and they say, there's your problem. And that shit pisses me off. Why not buy a pizza base at the store and cook it at home? All right, let's tease this out. So are you really in here on Twitch asking me why restaurants exist? This is a business that's, an industry, really, that's been around for probably at least 5,000 years. You're coming into Twitch chat 2025. Don't you know you can cook food at home? You wanna litigate the restaurant industry? It's employed probably hundreds of millions of human beings throughout its existence. I gotta know, man. I'm just curious, I guess. I'm just asking questions. The Corey subway method. I love Corey, man. People think that I think that's mostly ironic, but when people say that I hate Corey, I always just gotta laugh, because I'm like, why would I hate that? It's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Getting a sandwich at Subway to go, but with the ingredients on the side so you can make it in your own house, is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's incredible. How can you not think that that's the funniest thing you've ever heard in your life? And he's right. That's the thing. Is like, if you're getting 2 sandwiches, you don't want the second one to be made because the bread's going to be soggy by the time you eat it. So he has his reasons, but it's still hilarious. It's actually funnier that he has his reasons and his reasons make sense. What the hell is this insane shield item? You're pissing me off. You're really starting to piss me off. Nah, he rinses us, I'm afraid. Anyway. My brother's boss would get a Chipotle bowl every day at lunch at his job with a tortilla on the side and make his own burrito in the car. Now that's fucking psychotic. That's crazy. Because the burrito is gonna stay together. That's what the foil's for. And in the car, I didn't even think about in the car is fucking insane. In the car is crazy.
Oh, I do miss it.
Alright, you know what, buddy? You're probably gone. Ah, you're pretty good, though. I'm thinking we put you on the board.
Carry my weapon?
Buy you. Sell you. Not a big mantis guy. I just like... Most of the time, when people say something like, why would I go to a restaurant when I could make that at home? I really do think of it like, how is it possible that that's like your Rorschach? Is that like the only time you'll ever allow yourself to do something outside, like pay for a service, is if like you can't do it yourself? Sometimes you're away from home. You gotta eat at a restaurant. What are you gonna do? Bring a bunch of granola bars in your backpack? And it's fun. That being said, when I go to Chipotle, I'm like, I'm paying this motherfucker to make the burrito because I don't want to make it myself. I can't roll it as good as they roll it. So to outsource, like to have them give me the cooked food that I could easily cook myself, but then offload the hard part, which for me is rolling a burrito that stays tight and juicy, that seems like it's backwards in all the wrong ways. What do I know? I'm just one guy.
How do you hugelings use these things?
When you crit, haste an item for 1 second. Okay, well this, you're fucking done, bud. You do, well, you take so long. Ah, fuck you. And then something that goes quickly. I'm content with this. Like, I've been rapping soft tacos probably since I was like 14, 15 years old. I got into the game a little late. And even that, my tacos are like still ass. And I've had people teach me how to do it, like, or fajitas maybe is a better example. But you load the shit in like a strip in the middle, and then you leave a space at one end so you can like roll and then fold. But it never turns out like the way that it does when you get it at a place where they know what they're doing.
The merfolk will not settle for this.
Are you good at wrapping presents? What's crazy is I actually am. And I don't know why. I guess my mom taught me how to wrap Christmas presents when I was like a little kid. And it just kind of stuck in my brain. But yeah, you wouldn't think it about me, but I am a good Christmas present wrapper. Like if a taco was like a perfect cube and tortillas came on like a long ass roll that you could buy at the Walmart, I would be insane at making tacos and burritos. But I don't know, something about it's the different shape, man. I don't know what you want me to say. It's definitely the different shape.
I'm proud of you.
I don't even know what I'm looking for, because this is not one weapon Vanessa. You need to sell me a crow's nest and give me something to structure my life around.
Do you have to leave already?
Shark claws, shark claws. Yeah, that's right, shark claws. Should be thinking about shark claws. That's not so bad. What do you think about fish and chips? Kind of love them, to be honest with you. Kind of love them. Kind of my go-to order from the White Spot these days. Even though it's not the best fish and chips I've ever had, it hits the spot. Something changed, because I loved them as a kid, and then in like my late 20s, I remember saying on stream, I don't order them very much because they're a little too oily for me these days. Honestly, maybe just getting on the Peloton made me tank the grease a little bit better. Now when I eat it, I'm like, this isn't that oily. You could double the oil and I'd be thrilled to be here. Give me a weapon. Not that one. Give me a weapon. Not that one.
Let's take the tyrant's whole kingdom.
I said, give me a weapon. One of these days, it's gonna... one of these days is gonna hit. There's a good conversation. Thoughts on Pitchfork giving Will Smith's new album a 2.4? Well, I know people aren't necessarily fucking with Condé Nast era Pitchfork, but I support that because I personally feel like Will Smith as an actor, I think he's okay. He's been great in some movies, I would not deny that. But Will Smith as a musician, I think it's bad, man, in my opinion. I think it's pretty bad. And in fact, that take is what led to the NLSS rap battle, which I lost. I'll acknowledge, I concede, but I was still right. Like, I said Will Smith is a bad rapper. People took offense and rapped better than me. But I was, even though I lost the war, I was in the right. I have the moral victory because I'm not listening to Will Smith.
Society of Master Merchants welcomes you.
I want to start with haste on every... I don't really think we need it, man. Maybe we could put it in the bag, little bro, though. He isn't the worst rapper. I would agree that he's not the worst rapper, but I would say that I think he's like... He's really bad, in my opinion. But I haven't heard his new stuff, to be fair. Maybe his new stuff is... maybe it's a little... Maybe it goes hard. Maybe it's a little bit more street. Maybe it's a little less corny. I wouldn't know. Honestly, you're never going to fit. I respect you, but you're never going to fit. So I'm going to temporarily buy this. And maybe if this becomes one weapon build, we send it. But... Oh, you're right. Pet Rock isn't active. Because Narwhal is a friend. I would rather cut you then and run you. Get this show on the road. Yeah, sure, he probably clears Shaq as a rapper. I'll give you that.
Young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
I don't know, maybe I'll listen to it this weekend if I got some time. Oh shit, it kind of goes crazy, man. Nice bugs, Dooley. Bling Film clears him as a rapper. I got a bone to pick with kitchen rappers, man. I never get the foil to... Why is it that the baking pans and the aluminum foil are not standardized to the same width? I feel like I'm going to put this on the aluminum foil company. Because I think that they should recognize that the primary use of foil is going on baking pans. There's other things you can do. Don't get me wrong. But like, there should be a wider foil to cover the average baking pan. Almost every foil that I've ever used requires like 1.25 staggered layers of aluminum foil in order to cover the whole thing. So I end up using like 75% of the foil that I use is kind of wasted in a way. They should just make it the same size, man. Or normalize it at half the size or something like that. Not like 70% of the size. And then saran wrap. Is there really no scientific breakthrough that we can have so it doesn't stick to itself so well? Because like it rips pretty well, but if the two edges of the saran wrap like ever touch before you get it onto the plate, like God help you, man, trying to tease apart like the 2 nanometer thick sheets of saran wrap, pissing me off for sure.
Full sail, my boy.
Keep it in the freezer. That's an idea. Never really thought about that, keeping it in the freezer. Okay, sorry I took 2 seconds to think, I guess. Now I'm gonna have this fuck-ass scroll over the screen for the for the next 40 minutes. I'm going for it, man.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Or maybe not. Yeah, someone said keep it in the freezer. I'm just not that type of fella. I don't have that much space in my freezer, to be honest with you. Never read you. I'm gonna get rid of you. You're a little tricky. Ah, whatever. We can take you.
I will rule the ashes.
I told you this fucking scroll was gonna be here. Get on, bud. It's covering his best item, too. All right, that's a huge upgrade for me. Holy cow, we might be anointed today, man. Upgrade an item. Here we go. Upgrade an item. This is an interesting one. Chat, what do you think you would upgrade on this one? Obviously, there's a benefit to getting a small diamond because we could possibly get the skill. Cloak, I feel like Cloak is 4 damage because it's 2 damage doubled. I also feel like 10% crit chance on everything is not so bad. And I feel like 1 extra second of haste on everything is really good. Let's try it, man. We never give Holster its day on the catwalk. And then just give me like a diamond item. Oh, what the hell? At the start of each fight, your small items gain haste for 1 second. Your small... It mods you, bro!
That looks like...
Ride that tide!
And then... No, and then. Give me gold. I feel like a haste and charge. It pisses me off sometimes. When you haste your items, gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Not really strictly necessary, but we'll take those.
For Adira's training.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
I don't even need to see the board. Oh, Magnus's femur. That's kind of pissing me off, actually. Maybe we could freeze it. We can at least see the right side of it. Freeze it? You froze the wrong item, bro. Oh, it's on lifesteal! We could drop cloak for 2 different weapons. You're not wrong. The boner! You can't say that. You know, I think you might just be running this, man.
We've barely scratched the surface of the outlands.
You know what? I'm going to exit to the main menu. This is getting a little ridiculous. I'm also going to go to the bathroom. Anytime before I solve a puzzle, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yataria?
The dunes?
Where shall we start?
I'm back, gamers. I'm sorry about the Christmas decorations, okay? I don't know what to replace them with. There's no holidays to really, like, decorate the wall with. I'm not gonna put a bunch of Easter eggs over there. Easter's like kind of a mid-holiday over here. I gotta wait till like October and put Halloween stuff up, man. I could put up a bunch of books that like I haven't read, but that I feel are like emblematic of a personality trait I'd like to display or something. Flowers aren't a bad idea, but what I will say is I'm not a flower guy because like 98% of them are toxic to cats, and I just can't be fucked to find out which ones aren't. So I just don't buy them. It's like I get some fake ones, that's true. Is Haladi possibly like, is it playable here? No, it's still ass? I trust that. One person said it's ass. I trust that. We could do better. Oh!
Where are the people who left these things behind?
Much better. You're right. I mean, plastic is also bad for cats. I can't deny that. But like the thing is, the cats don't really seem to like eating the plastic. They seem to fucking love eating plants that kill them. So it doesn't make sense to me, but maybe everybody's cat is different. Pet Rock isn't on. Yeah, but it's like we don't have a small weapon to put out there instead. So I'm just content with him being out there doing like, you know, probably 108 damage, I think. Ideally, you would give me a small, even like, that's not the one I wanted. I was thinking you could give me a small weapon. We do have a bronze, which is crazy. I don't think you're really going to be sticking on the board for too long, but while you're here, go ahead, man.
New items? Now this is how you win a war.
Ammo. Well, you're a bronzeler, too. You're never coming back. You're never coming back. You're good. You're never coming back. You might exist at some point. And you are going to give me another holster. You are going to give me another holster. Clamora? Turbo flagship. Interesting. I'd have to say I'm the type of beast that doesn't take it. Arbalist is insane. I'll leave some space here that you may just be in a different world of Bazaar skill. My heuristic for is this item good is, has this beaten me recently? And Arbalist, I never see it, man. I never see it.
But if you insist.
You're talking about top Vanessa items? It doesn't make it into the Pantheon for me. Get wrecked, buddy. You will never have Crow's Nest.
Me.
It's nutty? Stop saying it's nutty and show me some videos of it doing something, okay? Because I don't care about the text. I care about its effect. And put some hit markers in the vid.
People first, profit 10.
I mean, obviously you're kind of an interesting fella. But I think we got enough haste to get our show started. We don't need the water wheel. Put that in the bag. As if it were the fries. We rinse you, I'm afraid. It's slept on. It's not... That's not a... I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind. Slept on does not mean good. The grappling hook is slept on too, but it's slept on because it's like a mattress. It's designed to be slept on.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Nah, you're done, bud. Oh shit.
Men, blades to the
Radiant?
wind.
We don't need that shit on this
Have
one.
you ever considered
Those things don't work on water.
triangular?
Now here's the question is what the fuck do we actually want, man? I don't know what to enchant. I was thinking you or Diamond Holsters. Diamond Crooks is taking over. Turbo? When you crit haste? When you crit haste. When you haste, gain crit chance. We need the skill that's like when you haste a weapon that's already hasted. Then there will be carnage. Please give Librarian mods so they can make unban request compilations. I'm going to acknowledge that it's good content, or it would be good content, but for... Unlike that, I honestly don't want to do it just because of the fact that the unban requests that I don't
It makes this more fun. My fight isn't
unban right away and I leave in the unban queue are the worst people on planet Earth, essentially. And I unban, I would say it's like at least a 90% clemency rate on the
Next time,
unban
boys,
requests.
Less blunder.
Most of the time
More
it's hell.
blunder.
I'll level with you, like a lot of the unban requests right now, there's like 3 or 4 different people that said something horrific in chat, waited like 6 months to submit an unban request, and the unban request just says like, I won't say it again. They did, like, not even like I've learned the error of my ways, but like, okay, fine, you win. I really want to see chat. I won't type that shit anymore, which is obviously that's still a no. Can I get some fucking red gumballs, bro? a small weapon. Something to replace the narwhal. You know what, buddy? We get more crit chance out of it. I guess we might as well.
Take the tyrant's whole kingdom.
We do slow. How about like... Oh, but we do crit, man. How about when a weapon crits, it gains damage? You're also... Oh, we already have you. Okay. When you crit, gain damage. Oh. Well, this... I mean, 14% across the board crit chance is pretty good, but... Not really what we were looking for. I just feel like this guy needs to be taken down a peg.
Trust someone you shouldn't have.
I feel like he's been riding high on the hog for too long.
You'll see me again.
The skill isn't even good for you? Yeah, I know. That's kind of, to me, that's kind of why it's funny, I guess. Yes, sir. 80 extra damage on my revolver. We've been fucking lucky today, man. We've been anointed. What do I want? Not gonna be you. Not gonna be you. Do you have any shit that I would even care about? Not really. Goodbye then. Yo-Yo, you're right. Yo-Yo would have gone insane. Yo-Yo would have gone crazy. A Nihilus Rex. Normally I would look at a name like that and be like, I'm definitely gonna lose, but I feel like I got some serious tempo right now. A Nihilus Rex. Nothing scares me more than like playing a game that's PvP and my opponent's name is in Japanese though. Especially if they have like an American flag next to their name and their name is in Japanese, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die for sure. If they have a Japanese flag next to their name, I'm probably gonna lose. But if they have an American flag and a Japanese name, I'm like, it's over for me. That dude is from Dayton, Ohio, and he's diamond level. I got no hope.
Full sail, my boy.
Sure, man, sure. On the bolus, I would say. I'm from Iowa, actually. What's that like, man? I wouldn't know. I mean, imagine it's a lot like being from, like, rural Ontario. Toy vendor has yo-yo. You're taking my gameplay to the next level, man. Pretty quiet, but that's got its benefits. From like a privacy standpoint, not like a serial killer standpoint, right? I don't mind, like, to be honest with you, I used to live in a very exciting part of the city. We moved away from the very exciting part of the city. I wouldn't say that we live in a boring part, but it's much more boring than the level of excitement that we had at our old neighborhood. But I kind of like I like it a little quieter. Stomp it. This is crazy, but I just feel like... Why not, man? Why not? Give it a chance. Why not us? Why not now? Why not grappling hook?
Be remorseless.
Why not? Why not Pet Rock? Why not Bolus? Does Canada have people with very loud motorcycles? I'm sorry to say that the answer is yes. We still have dudes with really loud motorcycles here that are very annoying. And they do not drive them during the day. They only drive them at night or like the really early part of the morning. And I guess motorcycles don't drive. Like you have to warm up your motorcycle for like an hour and a half before it'll actually drive. So you just got to sit in your driveway going... And then eventually you're like, damn, that motorcycle's been around for a while. Then you hear, ree, ree, and you realize that that's the first time that the motorcycle has actually moved at all. Like, they've just been in their driveway cranking that shit for like half an hour almost. It's a little absurd. Are they allowed to lane split? That I will say, I don't know if they're allowed, but there's not a whole lot of lane splitting going on up here, which I prefer because I don't want to accidentally hit a motorcyclist with my car. You're done, bud. You're done. You're done. Frost Street champion. Certified what? Certified XP farmer. He killed me.
Now this is how you win the war.
Diamond skills, please.
You are the best. Is not humility a deception?
Yeah, we could take both players' weapons have double damage, I'd say. Freeze 1 for 1 second. 1 what, man? 1 what? One. No. No shot. Gotta be better than that. Yeah, that's really good. The shoe can go. Me to my dad when I'm watching Who's Afraid of Roger Rabbit.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Judge Doom to the shoe in Roger Rabbit. He dips a shoe in the dip, right? He dips a shoe in the dip. You know what I'm talking about? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm insane. I'm insane at the Bazaar. I'm crazy. Mac Cannonade? Yeah, bro thinks he's Vanessa, man.
Each bounty gets us closer to victory.
2 10 pieces in a row? I just need to have chat when I do my YouTube videos. It's like legalized cheating. It really is. I would be pissed off if it was like a PvP strategy game and my opponent was a streamer. It's like 1v1, you're like, we're gonna rinse them. But then like, it's like 8,000 versus 1. Like, that's not fair, man. Oh man, but it's good when you're the 8,000. Let's open them, man. Ruffles. CPU fan. It would be because we had just enough delay for CPU fan to go kind of crazy now. Lumbors. Hell, Lumbors fucked her. That's what we say when Lumbors show up. Katana traps the souls of its victims. That's what we say when the katana shows up.